Alright, cool cats and kittens. Today I'm gonna be building my very first PC. It's gonna be my new video editing rig, and it is gonna be a beast. So hopefully I don't mess this up, and chances are if you are seeing this, I did mess it up, but as in life, it's not about the destination, it is about the journey. So feel free to root for me because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kidding, kind of. Let's get into it. Let's start with this bad boy. Jesus Christ. Push! Label push! It's good because it's not as thick as I thought it would be. It smells brand new. It's beautiful.
Okay, Mom.
This looks amazing.
It's okay.
The camera's on, by the way. You don't want to walk in front of it. I'm not going to edit it out.
I don't see no red light.
It's on the other side. Do you see how beautiful?
This is the back?
No, this is the front.
They have fans in the front now?
These are 3 intake fans.
In the old days, there were fans in the back.
Look at the buttons.
Oh, they done start putting buttons on top?
On some
instead of right here?
On some cases, yeah.
Bless you. You act like it's food. It's like you worship food.
It's looking good. I mean, price-wise, it was this or food.
This is a new thing. Jordan Lamar chose computers over food.
And today we have the pleasure of being joined by narrator J. Lou to give you good folks some top-tier director's commentary.
That was easy.
You are welcome. First things first, I'm getting acquainted with this gorgeous case, taking off all the side panels. This is a Fractal North XL case.
Such a good case.
Yep.
Wow, that comes off easily.
Nah, everything's fine.
Yes.
For now. Alright, and now that that's out the way, I'm popping open the power supply so I can go ahead and set up my safety grounding. The PSU I chose is the Thermaltake 850 watt 80 plus gold. Instructions. Don't tell me how to live my life. I'm just kidding. Get back over here. Oh yeah, ASMR. Love to hear it. And now, time to unbox the The motherboard I'm using for my build is the ASUS TUF Gaming Z790 plus Wi-Fi. Look at that beauty. Now I am going to be installing most of the build outside of the case. I'm just doing a little test install to ensure the motherboard fits and seeing how it should line up after I add all of its bulk. Fits like a glove. Next order of business, alright, popping open the CPU. I am never gonna financially recover from this. Everything's fine. It's fine. But as unboxing videos go, look at that.
Wow.
Tony Stark's heart in the palm of my hand. Makes me want to go build the rest of this PC in a cave. But as gorgeous as it is, I'm actually not going to be using this arc reactor of a cooling fan because I got my own. So if anyone wants to send me, I don't know, $1,000, it's yours. Now the CPU I'm using is an Intel Core i9 14th Gen, and what you see me doing here is opening the stock loading mechanism for the CPU. Look at that close up. Shout out to the producer. It's me. I'm the producer. I'm also the narrator. Pay me. But here, as you can see, I am ever so gently placing the CPU in its rightful place with hands that are definitely not shaking. And just making sure it's secure without pushing down. And we're good. Now this next part was probably the most nerve-wracking of the entire build for me because this lever to lock the CPU in place requires an unsettling amount of pressure. And for half a second I thought I broke it. Oh my god! I was thinking about editing around this, but I want to fully immerse y'all in the stress I felt. Again, you're welcome. Oh, almost. Got it. Unclench. And take that cover off. Voila. Not a bead of sweat dropped. Next up, I'm going to be installing the CPU contact frame, and I chose to do this thanks to the recommendation from one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch, Snacksin, a gaming and tech channel, and she does awesome stuff. But now the purpose of a CPU contact frame is to replace the stock loading mechanism on the motherboard, because over time it can cause the CPU to slightly bend because it applies uneven pressure, which results in less than optimal contact between the CPU and the CPU cooling fan. But the contact frame solves this because it ensures the CPU remains flat and applies the pressure evenly. So after taking the ILM off, I'm marking the screws, and this marker sucks. So let's see what other options we got. Red? You gonna be the one? No. Silver? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now on these newer contact frames, it's actually not necessary to do this for perfect torque, but I'm an overachiever. So here we are. So I'm tightening this down nice and slow with 90-degree turns while going in a star pattern, just like changing a tire. Now onto the RAM, and this is the Corsair Vengeance DDR5, which is going to give me 64 gigabytes of memory. Now wait for it. Are you listening? So satisfying. Alright, and now we have my first SSD, and I'm using the crucial P3 Plus M.2 drive. This one is the 500 gigabyte one for my operating system, and it'll store everything I want to boot up fast. And I also have a 4 terabyte SSD that I'll be adding later, which will serve as my vault for the storage that I'll need for my video editing. So including the external drive that I already have, it'll be a total of 8.5 terabytes of storage. So I'll have plenty of space for my needs and whenever I decide to get back into PC gaming, because there's a few games that I can't wait to try out on this beast. And now for the CPU cooling fan, and the one I chose to go with is the Noctua NH-D15. It's an absolute monster, and the black fits the Ghost of Tsushima aesthetic I'm going for perfectly. Iron Man's arc reactor will be missed, but I have no regrets.
Keep this on here.
Look at this thing, oh my gosh, it's so sick. This is the secondary fan that I'll be raising a bit for RAM clearance. And the mounting bracket, oh boy.
Alright, Dad, this is the moment of truth.
I got faith in you.
This is the last, most difficult part.
I know. I understand why it's taking you that long with it, because that is the one that's supposed to take you a while. Ain't no doubt about that. So I'm praying for you, because you gotta get that right.
We got this.
I'm about to embark on a mission like no other. Gonna edit this all together. It's gonna look like I finished this PC in 5 minutes.
Now I'm temporarily removing the primary fan so I'll have access to the mounting screws. Side note, do y'all think I could be a hand model?
I can actually see up in here. Oh yeah, it's nothing to be nervous about.
Now I'm just pre-checking the clearance for the installation in the motherboard, and all looks good. Now the mounting bracket is going to be going through the back of the motherboard, but if for some wild reason you're using this as a tutorial, I'm going to show you something that I briefly messed up, but don't fret friends, because I edited this video on the new PC, so things must have worked out, right? Anyways, the mounting bracket should not go on like this, it should go like this. See, simple fix. An easy mistake to make because the screws line up right either way, they just don't protrude enough if the bracket is put in the wrong way.
This is looking good.
And the cooling fan's gonna go like that after I apply the thermal paste. So my method of attack, as you'll see here, is to make a little equal sign and then spread it nice and smoothly with this little spatula. And cue the time lapse. That's some good fourth wall breaking right there. So my objective here was to take my time and make sure there would be no possibility of air bubbles, and to make sure it spread thin and evenly. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all relish in that for a bit. Alright, so I'm taking the protective cover off of the heatsink, and we're gonna take this nice and slow. Nice and slow, nice and slow. Just gonna keep going until I hear the screws drop in. Alright, now these two screws connected to the mounting bracket will be turned at 90-degree angles, just like the contact frame, to ensure the pressure applied is good and even. Now the instructions do say that it's safe to make one full revolution, so eventually I feel comfortable enough to do half turns. Whew, that took longer than expected, but look at this. Lord have mercy. Putting the primary fan back in its place, making sure its clips are good and flush. Looking good. Oh, nope. I'm actually noticing here that the clips are a bit off and not tight enough, but it should be an easy fix.
But I have to say, you've made tremendous progress now. I've never in my natural life seen anything even halfway dreamed to be looking like this. And to say they make computers that look like this is off the chain. Wait a minute, something wrong.
Yep, Dad, you should have held that compliment in just a little bit longer. Alright, and I think we're good now. Now I'm putting the secondary fan on, which will be over the RAM, and making sure I get the clips on right this time. Now to connect both fans to the splitter, and the splitter to the CPU fan header on the motherboard. Now that we're done with the motherboard for now, it's time to prep the case by installing the exhaust fan I got, which is a 140mm Be Quiet Silent Wings Pro 4. Ran into another little snafu here when I got the pin stuck because I put them in the wrong way, but we live to fight another day. Oh my gosh, camera angles go off, King. I ain't had to do it, but I did. And a little test wobble for stability. Run that fan cable through the side of the case for later. And thus the time for the motherboard to sit upon her throne. I am killing y'all with these angles. My, oh my. This is the way. It's looking good. So it's cool that the IO shield came pre-installed on this motherboard, and you can see how perfectly it fits. And the exhaust fan, cooling fan looking scrum-diddly-umptious. Now we gotta screw the motherboard down with the good old star method. Look at that concentration, so inspirational. And now we're going to be hooking up the front panel connectors to their right slots. At least in my case, this was a lot less tricky than I thought it would be, and thankfully my dad assured me that I had them hooked into the right place. Then I'm running the USB connectors to their slots in the motherboard, and then the audio connector into its header. Wait a minute, is that a handheld camera angle? Oh, he's different for real. And now it's time for the GPU. Unbox this bad boy like it's a cold December morning. Here's some more ASMR for you. Action shot. So the graphics card that I chose is the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti. Oh, I am never gonna financially recover from this. I know, I already said that, but you can never hear the truth too many times. Alright, let's install this bad boy. I'm taking the IO covers off where the graphics card will be. Incoming satisfying sound in 3, 2, And after I screw the GPU down, I also got this support bracket to help prevent it from sagging over time, because, well, we definitely don't want that. Nice and straight. Hit you with another angle. Oh yeah. And now for the Elgato, which is another big reason why I decided to build this PC in the first place. This is the 4K Pro, and it is so nice. Oh my god, I did it. Look at this glorious mess. Worth it.
Okay, so I was able to finish most of the build yesterday. The last thing I have to do, I'm gonna have to hook up all the cords, hook up the power supply, and then we're gonna test this baby out. And I also picked a name out for this beast, and it is gonna be none other than the Ghost. That's for my Ghost of Tsushima fans. You gonna get it, yeah. It's lit. It matches the color scheme with Jin's mask being brown and black. Doing all this cable management, it's gonna take a second. Fortunately, the case, they really already gave me a head start on that. It really looks neat already, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Alright, next up is installing the PSU into the case. Putting it in upside down so the fan has proper ventilation. And we are golden. Kinda, because in retrospect I would have had more room to work with if I had plugged the cables into the power supply first and then ran them through the bottom of the case, but I digress. And all things considered, I think the cable management came out pretty nice. We don't talk about burnout, mind your business. Putting the side and top panels back on. I can't believe this.
God, I hope this works. Got my little test set up. This is the moment. This is the moment of truth. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. It's gonna work. Oh my god. I literally don't want to press the button. So you can see my point of view. Look how amazing this came out. Just crazy. The Ghost. So I don't want to hear any beeps. I don't want to see any lights. So, like, really, what? Turn that on. Flip that switch. Press that button. Let's dive in. Oh my god. Okay. No. Yeah. Come on. Okay. I'm really breathing hard, bro. What the hell? Switch on. Okay. Oh, something's already glowing in there.
Not me forgetting to press the record button on my phone.
What? And oh, there's an orange light. I don't know what I think that's a bad thing. But the fans are on. Oh, this is crazy.
It's just so funny because I'm not recording. I'm so old, bro. I was planning on cutting to the monitor being on and the PC being lit up, but at least you can see the joy in my eyes. Someone on my staff will be losing their job for this.
Oh my god, oh my god. It's reading the CPU, good. It's reading the RAM, good. Reading the M.2 drive, good. Reading the cooling fan and the exhaust fan, because that's the fan hub. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. Oh, I'm like shaking. Oh my god. This is crazy.
Making sure the fans are working how I want them to.
Yeah.
Can't tell me I ain't hit that high note.
Pop in the BIOS update. It's moving, so it's working.
This is what love feels like.
Stunning you are. in every way. BIOS version 1641, it updated. Move BIOS, insert Windows. 2, 1. Houston, we are clear for takeoff. Ooh. Oh. We doggy. Okay. Enabling XMP. That's all she wrote.
Now the last little tiddly bit here is installing that 4TB SSD I mentioned earlier, and this was just to ensure that Windows 11 didn't accidentally install into this drive during setup. Got Jin Sakai in his place. Finally putting the transparent glass back on. And ASMR.
Never gonna financially recover from this.
Alright, y'all, I am beyond proud of myself, and I hope y'all are too, of this epic build. I've just learned so much actually doing it, and it's just so satisfying to gain the knowledge about PCs throughout. This entire process was just such a great experience, and I'm glad I didn't rush it due to excitement. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a huge thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, good people.